Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading for April the 25th until May the 2nd, 2026. It is going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Okay, let's welcome in the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, our higher selves, and any other animal, ancestral, or dragon guides that you feel resonant with, Taurus. Let's see what's going to jump out here for you. Okay, there we go. The Star. What a nice card to jump out. Wow. The Star can sometimes talk about healing. So maybe you're healing something, or if you do feel like you're going through a healing process, it could be that, you know, that's going on track. That it is on track. However, there is something, Nine of Swords here, that's, you know, there's some stress or anxiety, and maybe this is what you're looking to heal. And let's have a look at your current energy, because maybe you've just hit on something that's going to help with that. The Emperor and the Nine of Cups. So perhaps you are like in the process of sort of, I guess, aligning yourself with those things that provide you with emotional fulfillment and happiness. And, you know, these energies here at the moment, Emperor, you could be, maybe you're feeling into quite a strong part of yourself where you're able to hold space emotionally for yourself and or for others as well. Let's have a look at your general and underlying theme. You've got Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Yeah, very nurturing energies, these two. Queen of Pentacles, really supportive and nurturing. The King of Cups is emotional mastery, being able to navigate the emotional realm, and to actually be like really having a lot of skills in the area of dealing with this type of energy, the Nine of Swords. So maybe just recently, Taurus, you've realized that maybe you are a healer of sorts. Maybe you're going to be cultivating your inner King of Cups, your ability to kind of help others and nurturing. This is just really beautiful, supportive earth and water energies. Really nice. And because you've got healing, and this is like stress, anxiety, I think maybe there's a part of you that is, you could be healing your own stresses in your life. Maybe you are healing, I guess, some deep things that have been causing you stress. Okay, maybe you're releasing some of those things. Either you are looking at helping others with their healing, or you are really aligning yourself with your healing process, and you're really doing the self-nurturing and the self-care here. And you're also sort of really owning it, like you are really owning your and taking charge and responsibility for your healing. But you could also be supporting others, okay, because these are really strong energies. But this could also be people that are supporting you, okay. There's something to do with the mental and emotional realms, okay. Yeah, thoughts and feelings, that kind of thing. General direction moving forward is that you have you've got some earth energy here with the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So I think you're going to be moving towards greater abundance, moving towards a more grounded and centered way of being, if we're comparing that with the King of Cups. King of Cups is very in the emotional realm, in a good way, right, in a masterful way. The King of Pentacles is in this realm of material abundance, comfort, but also kind of, you know, developing over time, okay, developing connections and putting in the details and the steps and making consistent progress in an area. okay, or an endeavor. And maybe this is what you are doing here, Taurus. Maybe you are moving forward consistently into building something. And I have a feeling it has to do with this star energy here. I think this is something recently that you've hit on, that you are really kind of saying, look, I think you put your own healing process front and center, and I feel like you are also realizing that you're not the only one that's going through that type of healing, whatever it is that you're doing, and that maybe you're going to be helping others as well. You also have here, hang on, let's just, wow, the star again. Okay. Your outcome, you have the Queen of Swords and the Hanged Man. So this is very much like, yes, I think you're going to be deciding to align with your heart, what's true for you. I think you're going to be deciding to align with that star energy, your higher soul self, and surrendering into it. Okay, the Hanged Man is sort of taking a pause, generally. And I think also, particularly with regard to, you know, spiritual, emotional, intuitive and creative kind of well-being, and enlightenment. Okay, this is like someone, and I think maybe that you're in this category, possibly Taurus, where you're aware that you are evolving and that you are participating in an ascension process, and that you are now contemplating your holistic mind, body, spirit, your whole self. You're contemplating that. Okay, and I think that you are Queen of Swords, really holding your sword of truth up here and going, yes, I really need to be paying attention. You know, Taurus, you decide that you're going to pay attention to your own well-being, perhaps a bit more so than you've done in the past. Okay, maybe there's a bit of an evolution or a push forward into that energy. You have the star in your challenge as well as the Seven of Swords. So yeah, obviously, a lot of the time, there can be challenges around us and even within us that challenge us in terms of if we want to move into our soul energy. And I think these are the mental strategies, but maybe what you may not be aware of, Taurus, is that if you feel as though this is going to be difficult to achieve, it is actually a case of that you can apply your consciousness, your communication, you know, your focus and your attention on those things that will support you to develop this star soul purpose, whatever that is for you. Okay. This is also an energy of taking matters into your own hands. Okay. It's like, okay, when it comes to your personal things, it's like being proactive, preemptive, and kind of really being kind of one step ahead of yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, like if you know certain things are going to push you out of this energy or that desire to move into your soul energy, it's like, well, what can you do to get yourself back on track? It's almost like, you know, you're working behind the scenes, like within yourself, okay, to kind of get these things going that you are wanting to bring into being, which is to do with healing and aligning your soul spirit in a purpose that is, you know, both cosmic and grounded, possibly. Okay, there's lots of star, well, it is literally the star. Okay, so maybe this is also about you really tuning into your galactic heritage. Maybe there are certain galactic collectives that you feel resonant with, Taurus, and you are feeling into that. Maybe you're receiving the energies and the downloads from those collectives, but at the same time, you're starting to feel really grounded now, and then maybe you are integrating a lot of the stuff that's coming through. Okay, there could even be like DNA upgrades or chakra upgrades, things like that, that you are becoming more aware of, but you're also being able to, you know, bring it into, and this is the general direction, bring it into physicality, okay, in a really abundant way, right? And I'm not just talking material abundance, okay, we're talking physical, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual, you know, and creative abundance, right? Any combination of those things. Right, you have the Nine of Cups, really nice emotional fulfillment here. The Knight of Wands, so forward momentum, and the Lovers. Yeah, I feel like this is you here with your higher self, very much like this energy here. Okay, it's like you're giving yourself, or your ego and your higher self, having a nice warm hug, Taurus, because you're kind of going, well, you know what, yeah, I can feel your energy now, and maybe your ego is turning around and going, look, higher self. It's interesting that, you know, there's not really a hierarchy here, but it's almost like the higher self is generally the wiser. Okay, it can see the ego, understands the ego, and has compassion for the ego, right? So, but sometimes the ego is in denial of that higher self, and, you know, it's like giving it a hard time, etc. But I think this reading is actually about you coming into alignment with that star, which is that higher self. This is your higher self energy, which is both in your challenge and in a recent realization. Okay. And we're going to go through, this is like the teething stuff, you know, a lot of us are going to have snippets of flashes of, okay, that's my higher self. And then we've got to deal with the other stuff as well. And then we've got to kind of slowly go backwards and forwards until we get that integration point. And this is, you know, that Lovers, that understanding, that love, compassion, that can be inner. You can direct that towards yourself, okay? Knight of Brooms is the Knight of Wands. So, yeah, this is the, you know, like the Scarecrow man, but it's also that idea of passion and really moving towards what you believe in, Taurus. Almost as a point to say, you know, like no matter what, and, you know, no matter what other people are saying or what other people think or don't think, okay? But use your own discernment with these readings, okay? Use your own intuition. If any other meanings come up for you with the images on these cards, please listen to your own intuition, okay? Because you are the expert in your life, Taurus. Nine of Cups, again, repeated in your reading. So emotional fulfillment, okay? Yeah, looks like a bit of a party here between the, you know, like the animals and the people, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, also alluding to this idea of, I think, humans, or you, Taurus, being an intergalactic being, if I can say that, right? Because we did talk about here, you know, galactic and Gaia, or galactic and Earth integration energies, and maybe a lot of that's coming through for you. So, you know, this is like, I was going to say, you know, Spirit saying there's a party waiting to be had, okay? But this is, you know, you are, once we all kind of move into our higher self energy, our soul energy, but there's a process of integration, okay? And there's going to be obstacles and ups and downs with it. So just to be aware of that. But Spirit's saying, you know, you've got the passion, and you already kind of have that recognition of your higher self there, Taurus, which is awesome. Yep, let's go here. Eight of Swords. Yep. So this is also that, I think, where the higher self comes in, that wisdom self comes in for you, is coming in for you, Taurus, to really help the ego to release possibly its tendency to underestimate, you know, maybe you underestimate your ability, Taurus. But also if there are some limiting beliefs that you have, or values that have sort of been holding you back, maybe they've been a bit subconscious, okay? Maybe there's some stuff there that is coming through for healing, okay? Like we did say originally, there could be, if there's some deep-seated stuff that's been causing you some stress and anxiety, then maybe this is the stuff that's coming through for healing, you know, like 8 and 9 of Swords there. Here we have the Knight of Cups, so beautiful. Yep, this is about you bringing love and attention, love and compassion, towards yourself, and attention. But it could also be saying that, you know, there will be love coming your way, Taurus, as well, okay? And this is probably going to happen as more of us move into our soul energy. There'll be lots of sort of compassion and understanding going around, and we'll all be kind of feeling more comfortable with ourselves and with what we're doing, okay, with our level of fulfillment and meaning in life as well. Page of Pentacles, so this is also an inner child energy, but, you know, possibly learning. So we did talk about you maybe, you know, being a healer of sorts, Taurus. So maybe there's a study course or something, some skills that you're going to be learning. But it could also be that maybe you're just holding onto this pentacle as that symbol of your newfound connection with your higher self. Maybe this pentacle is your higher self and you're like going, wow, that's fascinating. I'm going to be spending time on that regularly and kind of going in, doing my meditations and whatever other skills that you are wanting to, that you could potentially utilize, like strategies in order for you to contact and get into touch with your higher self. And here we have the King of Swords, which is, you know, of course, in this deck, it is the Wizard of Oz. But this is also talking about your own ability here, Taurus, to, first of all, take charge to get the information, to get the data that you need. But it's also that you have an awareness of the other things that are out in the ethers there. In terms of this air element, I mean, it's a very pervasive element, okay? And it's very, it can be spiritually, psychologically pervasive, okay? Because this is also talking about a lot of the information that we take in. If we overanalyze a lot, okay, this is about a lot of mind stuff, which can kind of, you know, lead to the overthinking here of the Nine of Swords. So, you know, maybe just sort of being aware here, Taurus, of what information you're taking in, how much you're taking in, and, you know, but also that you have your own intellectual mind consciousness mastery that you are going to be applying to whatever it is that you're doing. Let's grab a Lemurian Star Child Oracle as well for you. And yeah, we'll just take some off the top, I think. 88 cards, takes a while to shuffle that one. Breathing, wow. Yes, underneath here it says, feel your body, sensations, purity, clarity, and expression. Yeah, this is like almost like a meditation, like breathing, coming into stillness, sensing. You can use mindfulness to tap into your senses, like really fully experiencing the senses. But this is, I think, all about you coming into, you know, Spirit saying, use breathing or the breath to help you to come into, you know, on a regular basis as a type of meditation, to come into contact with your higher self, your star energy here, you know, which is very wise, it's grounded, it's expanded, it's, yeah, very healing, okay. Looking at the breath. Yeah, feeling your body. So doing some body work, Taurus, okay, could be helpful as well. This is really nice. This person looks like they're standing in the water on the beach, so maybe the water element as well is going to be helpful for you there. Yeah, I think we might wrap it up there, Taurus, but yeah, I hope that's been helpful. I look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.